Honey, you can take off your mask.
This story is about you and me. It is about people who know what it's like to be admired. It is a story about people who know what it is to be rejected. It is about people who have dreams. It is about people who have nightmares. It is about people who are down and about people who rise up. This story is about you, me, and Joseph, one of the most remarkable characters in Genesis. His world included being loved by his father but hated and envied by his brothers. He was abandoned by his brothers in his country, but also welcomed by a stranger in a foreign world. He was sold as a slave and imprisoned, but also set free to rule a country. And in all of these extreme conditions, he remained the same. How was that possible? We are going to discover this together. It is no coincidence that the Bible starts with the story of creation, of course. We, as human beings, want to know where we come from. What are our roots? Genesis clearly shows us that we come into being because of God. He is the reason we exist, and He delights our existence. He is full of compliments about our creation. The Bible in the book of Genesis tells us God's thought and conclusion for His perfect creation and sums it up in simple words. God saw all that He had made, and it was very good. Genesis 1:31 NIV. So who are you? You are being created by God. You are His original masterpiece. If we look at ourselves, we can only wonder we are unique. We are all loved and known by God. So everything is good, right? Well, not really. Just look at Joseph. So who are you? You are being created by God. You are His original, His masterpiece. If we look at ourselves, we can only wonder we are unique. We are all loved and known by God. So everything is good, right? Well, not really. Let's look at Joseph. Did I see that the same exact thing over again?
Yeah.
I cannot tell if I just did. Joseph was Jacob's favorite son. He was so loved by his father that his father bought him a special coat, but this same with a price. His brothers hated him, and on top of hated him even more, and mockingly called him Master Dreamer. I wonder if Joseph was aware of these dynamics, and was he aware of the power of his visions? It was one of his strengths, but could be a weakness too. I don't strike. I wonder if Joseph was aware of these dynamics. And was he aware of the power of his visions? It was one of his strengths, but could be a weakness too. If he wasn't just talking about his dreams, but bragging and being arrogant, he knew what it meant to feel loved and to be hated at the same time, to feel special and left out at the same time. A mixture of extremes, and Joseph experienced it all. I wonder what your world looks like. Do you feel loved? Do you feel unique? Do you feel hated? Do you feel left out? We invite you to read the following testimony. How I feel and behave changes from one second to the next. Sometimes I am more friendly and smiling, and sometimes I can't even stand myself. I treat my family badly when I realize it, and feel a bit bad. But I feel that they don't understand me. Well, sometimes even I don't understand myself. That's why I like to be alone and play on the computer or mobile phone. Things are easier there. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. Nothing happens, and I start again. Besides, I'm good at playing. I get better and better. I advance stages, I get points, I buy better weapons, and I share my life online with some people. I have fun, it makes me feel good. I don't feel lonely, angry, or judged. When I play, I don't think about anything. I really don't like to think. When I think, I remember that at home there's no money and that is difficult, that my parents only fight. That is, that it doesn't seem to matter that I'm here alone for hours, for whole days, that I don't have friends who really know I am what I think, what I like, what I care about, what I'm afraid of. I don't want to think about I'm going to study and I'm going to do in the future. It is all uncertain. I don't want to think about not having a boyfriend and at the rate going I'm never going to have one. I don't like to think because then I feel alone, afraid, angry, and sad. If you were to ask me if I would like to have friends, go out, talk, do sports, climb mountains, or go to the beach, go camping, play, go for a walk, go to the cinema, don't know many people. Even if I went out with them, I wouldn't know how to act. I'm afraid I'm not very handsome or tall. I'm not funny. I don't know what to say, especially with boys. It's easier to chat so they don't see me. It bothers me when they ask me to turn on the camera for all my classes. I don't like to be seen. The COVID pandemic brought us so many challenges. Your story is over the last years. Could be a story about dark times. Times that you felt insulted and alone. Just like the pit and prison of Joseph's story. We don't like reading anything about Joseph's disappearance. That could be that I believe in the pit and prison. We're not the end of his story. That couldn't lose his ability to dream or have hope. Okay. I challenge you with some questions. By whom do you feel loved? Do you feel good enough? What do you believe about your story?